Hey there, Chad here. Thanks for joining me. Let's play Rising Star 2. And we just finished practicing all of our songs pretty much to their maximum in the last episode. There's just a little bit more to go on this one. We've got an event coming up in a couple of days. It is just a straight up gig, not a battle. I do need to schedule some regular gigs that aren't just battles. I probably should go out and do that. Let's go ahead and do that right now. Why not? So, whoops, that's not what I meant to hit. I meant to hit X to go out and drive around a little bit. And I think our bar friends are a little bit north of us. Here's Chris's shed.
Howdy.
Let's see what they might have for us. Now again, not ready for headlining slots yet. We can do an open. This one requires 9 songs though. We're not going to have 9 songs in a week. We're just not. So let's see what else we can do. Yeah, not a lot going on there. All headlining slots. I would assume it's because we have some reputation with them already. So let's see where else we can maybe do some simple stuff while we're still getting our feet under us. I do want to mention there are 2 tiers of battles of the bands. One is that the lowest tier places, and then the mid tier has them as well. And they have different requirements. So that's something to pay attention to. I don't know that we can, yeah, see, you have to have a minimum of 2 popularity up to 4 to do the mid-tier ones. So just pointing that out. We can't schedule it, obviously, and it doesn't look like they're really all that interested in us playing here yet. And that's because of our reputation with them. We need to come to some shows here, and that will help a lot. And then is this one Barbara's Watering Hole? So the low tier ones usually will let us do something.
Hi, welcome.
There we
When's your
go.
next gig?
My next gig is going to be Friday. We'll do this one, 6 songs. It's not going to really pay us. If we did the one next week, 6 songs, we would receive some money, not a lot. And what about the Saturday show? Same idea, just exposure more than anything. Those aren't the worst thing to do. Let's go ahead and grab that one coming up this week. And I do want to, let's check out one more place. We haven't been to the Slippery Wash yet, so let's do that. We also haven't performed a job yet today. I'm thinking let's just go ahead and mow this lawn. Also, we will hit a music store on the way home. I think that's a good idea, and we'll see if we can find some other stuff to make us better at what we do. I think right now I'm most interested in playing, and then probably stage presence, and finally writing. They all are important, though. It's kind of difficult to really nail down which one I want to focus on the most at any particular time. Let's go here first. I don't think they're going to offer us anything because I don't think we've even been here yet. Every once in a while, though, you never know. Look at that. They've got some openings coming up. We're already booked, but we could open next week. We're already booked on that one. So all of these, now that's not bad. That's a 9-song gig. We could probably do that by then, and that'll pay us almost $500. That's not too shabby. We'd be opening for a decent local band. I'm going to pass for now. I kind of want to do things that are more immediate while I'm still getting my legs under me with this particular band and how things are going to work out for them. And I'm going to also assume that I missed my turn. Yeah, it's down there. So we will back up. Head on over there. Okay, the Slippery Wash. I don't recall. Yeah, it looks like we haven't been here either. Opening slot. opening slot. Both of them are non-paid. We'll go ahead and take one of them, though. I want to get one on the books. So there we go.
You got some.
I do. Thank you. Sorry, I hit the wrong button there again, folks. And we're just, we want to hit a music store. Want to see if there's anything. We're going to go to a standard one. There's no adjective on this one. It's just, was it Katie's Music? Yeah, Katie's Music. And we're just going to see what's out here that might help us out some. First, I do usually look at strings and things like that first. That's usually the very first thing I'll do. And we do have some 2 stage presence strings. So we'll pick those up. Let's take a look at amps. One that was, well, nothing that benefits us yet. One there that improves our music writing, but apparently our amp is we apparently already have a decent amp. And we're using it for everything. Now I'm a little surprised though. This says 2 playing. I thought this one over here said 3 playing. It says 2 stage presence, 4 stage presence. That's what it was. It was the stage presence one that I saw. So we could improve our music writing a little bit. Really, I'm interested in seeing what we can do about our playing the most. Playing and then stage presence are really the big ones for us right now. So this is literally a quarter of the money we have remaining. I'm not sure that that's really what we want to do there. There are probably some simpler solutions, including guitars. There's nothing wrong with looking at the guitars as well. There we go. Stage presence up 2 for $400. Again, it's a chunk of change, but it would be an improvement. And then what you will see a lot of times is you can get single effects pedals that will have a significant impact, at least for a while. And usually you're paying for the condition of it. So here we have this one here at $38. It's also at $90 in much better condition. So that's something to pay attention to as well. When you get better at repair, you can buy the cheap one and fix it yourself. Stage presence, playing. Both of those are good. What would be great is a stage presence and playing one. But now we're into the multi-hundreds of dollars, so that's just not going to happen. There's a playing 5 though. That would be a little bit of a game changer for now, but we're going to skip that. Let's go back and just get a simple one. We'll do the 90, I think it was $89, $87 one that gives us 1 stage presence. And was there something for playing? Okay, and then this is interesting. So here it's a +1 playing and there's no arrow. Here it's a +1 playing and there is an arrow. And that's because we can have 2 slots for these. And we probably have something that's already filling this slot, is why it's not indicating that it would have a bonus here. Would mean we probably have this one on us already. Let's go look at keyboards. Keyboards are the worst. They're expensive, and there's no getting around that. $1,500. We're going to hold off on keyboard, but we can see if we can get her a good amp. There's one for writing music. She is our music writer, and I will always take those pluses when I can, but on limited budget, right now I'm looking for something more specific. No good there. Incidentally, you can use the arrow keys to quickly navigate through these screens. That's what I normally do. We'll grab this one. And you'll notice it's the same as, well, maybe it's not. Well, it disappeared, right? Yeah, it's over here. It's the same as this first one. That's why this one isn't showing a bonus at all. And she's going to pay for most of that, so we'll grab that for her. Let's see what Topher can get. Well, that's not a bad bump at all, even though it's a lot of money. Yeah, that might be a good way to go. It's fairly cheap for what it is. Let's see what else we can find here. There's writing music. There's stage presence and playing for $700. I'm not spending that much right now. I'm just not. So let's go ahead and we'll check out his drumsticks and that, see if there's anything easy there. There's a playing. Let's see if there's a better one. More expensive one, but it's not better. So we'll go with this one. Drum heads, same idea. Those drum heads, that's significant. That's 4 points total. We'll grab 2 of those. Cymbals we're not going to probably mess with just yet unless there's just something can't pass up. Nothing is even better than what we have there. And then we have this, $108. We'll go ahead and go with that. We're done with him though. We're going to go to Angel. She's got $112 of her own money to spend, so that's helpful. Not great, and we're into the 4s already, so we'll pass on that. Let's see if there's a good amp. Lots of good writing music stuff, and again, we will want to pick that up eventually. Just now is not quite the time. Stage presence of +4. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, and then we do always want to check strings. Looking good there. There's some stage presence strings for $12. There's some better ones for playing and writing music. +2 stage presence, +3 stage presence. I think we'll go with 2 of those and 2 of those. All right. Well, that's everything for these guys this time around. We're going to do some practice. Hold on to that Hometown Pride tag. Oh, too many points. Yeah. Comes way quicker than I ever expected to. And then we're down to just 1s. There we go. Okay. Well, we're all practiced up for the most part, and we've got a couple of days. Let's write a new song. We know that none of the songs we've tried so far that are red have been all that popular, so I think we'll go with a red song. And let's see what we can do from a quality perspective. So let's see if we can max that out. We have a 15 there. We'll do Hometown Pride. That's a 15. We're already at 30 points there, which is better than a lot of our songs. We're only at 11 difficulty so far. Let's try to include as many people as we can. So 10 there, that puts us at 40. 10 here will put us at 50. Chad does not participate, and that would be okay. We are at medium difficulty. I'm good with this. Let's go with it. We're just going to call it Joy Niels. And then there it is. So we will come out here. We're going to practice everything one time. And we will practice just this song. Let's do just this song today. And it should go up like 32 or something like that. Oh, here's a triple experience day. So that's great. It went up 34 points. That's outstanding. So we're going to want to hit everything here to refresh them, basically. But we have a bonus day, so we're going to take advantage of that. Let's see where we can start. We'll start here. Nothing, just experience. So, and he got 7 new song ideas. And finally, Chad. Nothing. So all we really got out of most of that was experience, but we got a couple of points here too. We're not doing production just yet. It does help with the matching of the merging of song parts. It becomes extremely important when we're recording. So I'm okay with kind of slow playing that just a little bit. We are going to go out though, and because we can, and it's a triple experience day, we're going to busk. So we can try to earn experience from a help wanted and get a little more money than we would otherwise, but it's hit or miss on the experience. Here we know we're going to get 200 points times 3. So we'll take that. You'll notice their shirts are different now because we changed their outfits. And I mentioned we can customize their specific outfits for their task, and I'll show you that here real quick. Let's see, what else do we want to do today, though? Oh, we want to visit a show. All the shows tonight are at the big theaters, so we won't gain any reputation with anybody, so it's a matter of just deciding which one we want to go see. Let's go to this one. Dang it. I have, for whatever reason, stuck in my head to hit escape instead of X to move out of screens. I wonder why that could be. All right, coming around the corner here. That's a longish drive. This must be down in Arnold. That's my guess. Okay. Patient Floors. Great band name. Maybe. Yeah, pyrotechnics. To do pyrotechnics, you have to have a pyrotechnics expert. That's somebody you hire onto your band staff. And we are nowhere near getting to that yet. It's actually quite expensive, so we'll hold off for a while. We got some playing to do before we get there. But people got some happiness. I think there were a couple of song ideas there. Got a little bit of experience. Okay, I think we've done everything we can, short of writing a new song or practicing. We're going to do the practice, but we will merge first. And that will help Topher out as he gets those production points. Now, after your first year, I don't think you hit those bonus days anymore, but you do keep your birthday. Your birthday will always be a bonus day as well. And that's kind of nice. Too many points. Sorry, stopped paying attention again. There we go. Down to 1. And then we want to practice all of our songs. So we'll select them all. That'll be a good feeling. We will have songs to pick from. You have a gig at the Nice Love here in St. Louis. All right, let's get to that gig. Now, the Nice Love is one of the mid-tier places, so the crowd is a little harder to get engaged. And because of that, I'm going to cut the blue song altogether. We haven't seen where we've even reached it. We're going to cut it completely by clicking on it, and we're just going to add in Criticize and hope for the best. This might be a good move. We'll see. And we're going to play the show. There's really nothing else for us to mess with. Now, if we play this song, it is not really ready, so that's why we're skipping it. Probably should check attitudes. It's a good habit to get in, if nothing else. You click here to sort, and you go to the bottom. Make sure none of the songs that you're playing are red. But we're in good shape there. We can also recall a previous set list if we want, and you can save set lists in your practice screen. And that's something that you might want to look into as well. So let's start the gig. Please welcome everyone but Andy. Poor Andy. Doesn't even get invited, or welcomed, I should say. So we're doing okay-ish. You'll see the energy is never got below 50 until right there. But we got up to 25%, so we had a better show than we have had. And this was in front of 600 people. That's not bad. 2 song ideas each, 1,200 experience each. It was a triple day. That was yesterday, wasn't it? Today was not the triple day, so... Had we had a gig yesterday, we would have had a lot more experience earned. And I can click this to make that go faster. Sorry about that. We only sold 1 shirt. That's all the money we made at this gig. 9 folks of our fans were in the crowd. The rest of this is pretty typical. Let's see how we did over here. Yeah, they're just not digging our song. Our best song right now is I'm a Dress to Run. Okay. They admired our playing skill. That's as bad as it gets with a happy face. Yeah, so we're going to want to get rid of those songs and put some new ones into the rotation. All right. Well, we know what we're up against now. Let's go ahead and see what we can do about that. We have a gig tomorrow, so the immediacy is we're not going to solve the problem by tomorrow. We can have 2 songs maybe by next week, though, depending on how things land with our experience and level bumps. Can add a few additional points to practice. Playing, and that will help with our practice. This is where my brain starts to think either everything's wiggling or nothing's wiggling. When it's just a couple of them, it becomes very difficult. You guys have all seen those like memes where it's like, oh, find the one that's different. It's a bunch of capital L's and then a lowercase L in the middle somewhere, and you would think you would spot it right away, and a lot of times you don't. That's what this is like for me right now. Okay, there we go. We do want to practice this song to get it ready. It won't be ready for tomorrow. So my thought process is, do we write a song? Well, we're not going to lose any points by doing it this way. So let's just go ahead and do that and then get to the watering hole. Oh yeah, another day, another gig. I like their comments. Every once in a while, they'll say something like, we should consider practicing more, or things like that. Maybe we could buy new clothes. And I think those are supposed to be little kind of hints for you that those are things to do to add, not experience, but inspiration to your folks. So I think we're going to play the same gig that we played yesterday, but we're going to change one thing.
Hey, the stage entrance is over there.
I appreciate it. Thank you. So there we go. We know that this song is more popular. We're going to do it first. And we also know that we don't have to worry about energy level at all. So I'm not going to worry about placing this song. In fact, you know what? Let's just, so that you can see what I'm talking about, let's go ahead and play this song even though it's not completely ready, and we'll see what they have to say about it. Okay, that little sound we heard there means somebody messed up, and we might get a tag note about that. So even just playing 6 hot songs or fast songs, we still had energy at the end. Means our songs aren't very good yet, folks. And the audience isn't all that interested in them. So we've got some work to do. New song ideas coming in, though. These are bands that members came to see us. We didn't have a lot of fans, only sold 1 shirt. You can see what we've got going on there. All right. So Chad broke a bass string. He was able to use a backup bass without delay. So that's good. This means that this was a saving throw. Something occurred, and it shows you down here what the math is, but something occurred and it made a determination. A random number was generated and we beat the roll. So we had a success. He was able to continue without problem. If it had failed, it would have said that it had messed up the show. We wouldn't have gotten any interest in that song. Sometimes it can be bad enough that it will tell you you've lost time on your set and you need to remove a song from the remainder of your set. That gets really painful when you've got it well balanced with the fast songs and the slow songs. And it happens right before a fast or slow song might be coming up because it's difficult to decide how you want to play that out. With all of that said, we can see we got 7 points on playing this song. Only 5 here, 3 here. Yeah, these songs these are craters. None of these are all that good. So we're going to want to rewrite our whole library, and that takes time, unfortunately. And there's very little we can do about it. The quality of the song is a factor, but more than anything, quite honestly, there's a random number generator that decides how successful a song is going to be. And we're doing poorly on that right now, unfortunately. In my last playthrough that I was doing, where I first used the name Everyone But Andy, I had like 4 hits in my first 25 songs. That's ridiculous. They are difficult to come by. There are stats out on the internet on how frequently you can expect to get hits. It is not that frequent. I have gone a year without getting a hit while playing, and that's painful as well because then you don't quite know what to expect. Not seeing anything's rotating here. There's a couple. So we do these 15s, we will now have a 20. And now we can only do 3s. And now we can only do 1s. Oh, let's go here. All right. Now this time we're going to write a song, though. We're going to do another songwriting excursion. And the better the quality of the song, the better chance we should have that the song will do better. So that's something to keep in mind. Let's kind of try to go for middling here on the quality, or the difficulty rather. As you can see, we don't even have a whole lot of ideas here for rhythm that would match with this based on those tags. And this is why I do the corners usually first as opposed to going around the horn. I just feel like it makes it easier for me to figure out what I might want to add. All right, we're at 36 in basic musicianship. We'll need 5 more points to get beyond basic musicianship, which isn't, I'm not even thinking of that as a real factor right now. More than anything, I want as best quality as I can come up with, and I think that's going to do it. So we will write that song. We need to have a title first. And, well, we simply don't know what to think of our low energy song yet. So we're just going to go with this. Hey, there we go. There's somebody leveling up. Get her some lyrics, some stage presence, but we're really wanting to chase after playing the most right now. We'll do 3 in there. Yeah. That's what we'll do. So I had mentioned that you can customize their appearance, and I want to show you what that looks like. So we should be able to, yeah, here it is. We can change his shirt to the everyone but Andy shirt. Let's do that with 2 of them. Okay. So they'll be wearing those shirts now when we do stuff. But we can also customize his outfit for these different processes. So let's look at landscaping. Now, I think the way this, if I recall, the way this is going to work is we want to we want to set it how we want it to look. We then want to create a new outfit, and we're going to say work shirt. And then we change this to what we want it to default to. There we go. I think that is how that works. And then what we will do is, like, I want to put on, so I think that keeps that. And then we go back to my first outfit. Okay, those all look the same now, don't they? Maybe what I want to do is create a new outfit called gig shirt. And for that one, we will set this. So I think whatever you leave this at is what it will set for this outfit. And then you also want to set it here. Yeah, and I think I messed that up, as you can see. So we want gig shirt for that one. There we go. And I think that'll save it. Then if we go back to landscaping, we want to say work shirt. Okay. When we come out of here and come back in, if I go to gigs, he has gig shirt. If I go to landscaping, he has landscaping. Yeah, so that should hold. You might have to play with that a little bit to get it to where you want it. I don't mess with it a whole lot. I usually dress them for gigs, and then I have a default for everything else, and that's about it. You can even change their hairstyle, though, and they can put on face makeup. You can be Kiss if you want, or Twisted Sister, I guess, and that's going to do it. So what I want to show you then is we'll go and mow a lawn, or gig. Let's mow a lawn. I want to show that it will. So you'll notice he's wearing his work shirt right now. Yeah, actually I did mess that up a little bit. Let's try that one more time. So if we come in here and go to appearance, is busking one of the, yes, busking is an option. I want to set busking, everyone but Andy shirt, create new outfit. Okay. And we could change his pants and things like that too as a part of this. In fact, he did have a different pair of pants, didn't he? No, he did not. It was Topher that we did that with. We could get him some sunglasses though. Oh, he doesn't have any. We're not at a store. We can't buy stuff right now, but ultimately that's how that would work. There is an example of how you can get some of this to work just so that you know that you have a little bit of help with it, but it might take some tweaking. It's not entirely intuitive because there's not a save button, and it's a little different. So there we have it. But let's go ahead and get back in our van and head out. So now he is wearing his Everyone But Andy shirt. And we are going to go mow a lawn. And what we should see is as he's mowing the lawn, his shirt should change. That lawn is mowed. I'm going to the next one. And there it is. And it didn't do what I thought I was going to do. Well, now I'm embarrassed. All right, well, I will work on that. I would have thought it would move him over to his work shirt, and it might have been because of that last little tweak I did. I might have messed something up. Let's take a look. So we come over here to landscaping. Yep. It took whatever the last one was. So I messed that up. Now we exit out of here, and then if we come back in and we look at, default should be gig shirt. That's what I want his default to be. And we come back in. Yeah, it is not doing what I feel like it should be doing right now. I will remember eventually, and then it'll all make sense, and then, I will pass that knowledge on to you as best I can. So that looks like maybe how I would want that set. It kept it this time. We come to landscaping, work shirt. If we come to photo studio, default shirt, avatar, default shirt. Yeah. Round home and hotel. So mirrors, when you're in mirrors, you'll see your shirt reflect. That's how you see them. I don't think there's a third person view at all. If there is, I've never used it in this game. Gig wears the gig shirt. Okay, that's starting to look like it's what I'm expecting again. And then if we click landscaping, yes, that's what we want. Okay. So I didn't quite do it the way I wanted it to, but where we are is just fine right now. Let's take a quick peek at something. Yes, let's do this. Let's go home. And let's practice the song we just wrote. Actually, if we only wrote one song, well, we got 2 songs to practice, so that's great. We'll practice those. Get them improving. And then one more try at this. We're going to go down to the cemetery. Everybody likes to mow the cemetery, right? Mostly because it's extra money. Okay, so if this works this time, great. And if not, I'm not going to mess with it anymore. Please park your van. I was drifting a little bit. I still am. There we go. Okay. And there it is. Now he's in his work shirt. Look at that. So you can customize these quite a bit. You can give them hairstyles and lipstick and, all that sort of fun stuff. And that is how you can make them look a little bit different, customize them to your liking as you play along. All right. Well, I think that is probably enough for today. I'm going to skip ahead a couple of days and just do some practice, and I will write a song And then we will see where we land just before that next gig. We'll pick up right there in the next episode. And until then, thank you for your time and fair travels.